Okay, this session is intended to be about debates, and the debate we're going to get started with today is about what are information systems for, and we take that a little bit further. If we know what they're for, then perhaps we can debate a little bit how we set out to build them and get the benefits from them. I'm Dr. Tony Cornford. I'm Associate Professor in Information Systems at LSE, and you know me because I did the first session of revision. The first thing we're going to do is try and ask what's the purpose of information systems. We spend time and money developing them, and presumably we do it for a reason. So here are four possible reasons to efficiently and reliably undertake regular and programmable tasks, the kind of things we might think of as transaction processing systems. We want to efficiently and reliably process orders for products and send them out, dispatch them to people, and it's an eminently programmable task. And the transaction there is the order and the dispatch. We also want information systems to collect, store data, and allow people to have access to it when they want it, how they want it. Sometimes these days we talk about systems that curate data, the curation of data, keeping it in the sense that a museum curator looks after artifacts and stores them and preserves them for over time. We curate our data perhaps, and often having data is very important. The third idea is to report or analyze data to reveal useful insights, and collecting the data isn't necessarily the same as reporting or analyzing it. And these days, the analysis can get very technical. The volumes of data might be very big, and the analysis might be very advanced in a statistical kind of sense. And the fourth idea here is sometimes we want information systems to help people, individuals or teams, make decisions. And for most of the history of information systems, the focus has tended to be on transactions and decisions as the two reasons. Some things, transactions, we can automate, as it were, get rid of people, do it efficiently, and decisions we can't automate perhaps, but we can certainly help people do it better. And I do mean big and small decisions, regular and one-off decisions. The decision of a lorry driver whether to turn left or right, supported by their GPS, if you like, is a small decision, but it's a quite regular one as you drive through the city. And there may be big and one-off decisions. Should we build a new factory in Europe or in Latin America? That, I think, would be a one-off big decision. But in a sense, they still have the same property. We need to find the data, decide the criteria, and help somebody to make the decision. If we think of those four kinds of goals, we can see that over time, from the 1960s, we've tended to tackle one task and then move on to build systems that tackle slightly different versions over time. It's not, of course, that transaction processing, which started, let's say, in the 50s or 60s with bills and orders and invoices and payments and dispatch of goods kind of applications, doesn't go away. It's still there, but we've found other ways of talking about our information systems, and they suggest slightly different uses. Management information systems, it's the managers who get the benefit, if you like, through regular reports. It's the beginning of informing decisions. Then we get to decision support systems as a separate class where we add a model to the data from the everyday transaction processing. We have a model, and so decision support systems are a little smarter. They let you do the what if, perhaps, as you know from doing your project work. From the 1990s, we started to talk about enterprise systems or ERP systems, sometimes called, but I think we'll stick with enterprise systems here mostly. These are the kind of information systems which serve an entire organization. They span the organization and they tie it together, if you like, rather than doing individual tasks. They help us tie together the tasks. A couple of other ideas here which are more contemporary: data warehouses, and business intelligence, the kind of systems which store, curate all that data, and then help us gain access to it to help drive the business forward. BI, they're sometimes called, business intelligence tools, and more recently, big data and data analytics, which is at the leading edge, perhaps, or the new kid on the block in terms of information systems types. I think each of these systems reflects to some degree the socio-technical ideas we talked about before. Some are more people-oriented, perhaps, DSS, decision support. Some are more technology-oriented in the sense that they're about efficiency, regularity, and control. That might be transaction processing systems. But a lot of the systems we see sit somewhere in the middle there. MIS, the management information systems, serving the managers, closer to DSS. Perhaps data analytics, a bit closer to technology. And enterprise systems, well, by definition, they span different people and probably different technologies and uses. We'll talk about that a little bit in a minute.